Hello, everyone. What a pleasure it is to speak to you. My name is Ijeoma Pearl Okoro, and I am a training leader for this year's International Assembly. I'm also a member of the Nigeria National Polio Plus Committee, a position which brings me great pride. But most importantly, I am a Rotary member, just like all of you, which means that I am committed to ending polio for good. Now, if we want to discuss what it takes to end this disease, we must first look back to the past. In order to see where we're going, we have to see where we've been. So I would like to take you home to Africa, my home, in 1996. At that time, the entire African continent was affected by polio. The entire continent. It wasn't until the 32nd session of Organization of the African Union in Yaoundé, Cameroon, that the African heads of states pledged to wipe out polio by ensuring that every child received the polio vaccine. Each year, more than 75,000 children were paralyzed. We had extraordinary support, such as Nelson Mandela and his Kick Out Polio of Africa campaign. But we also met a fair number of challenges. In Nigeria, for instance, there was a high degree of inaccessibility due to insecurity and internal instability. Not only that, but the terrain, environmental challenges, and population displacement made things difficult. If all these hurdles were overcome, we still then had to navigate the destruction of health infrastructure in some areas, funding challenges, and a general hesitancy to the vaccine in the communities. There was a seemingly endless number of obstacles. But when we, as Rotarians, make up our mind to do something, we keep that promise. We are stubborn in the best way. Understanding that polio eradication was and is a public health emergency, we didn't give up. We re-established time and again that this was a matter of great importance for communities within Nigeria and within Africa as a whole. We held government agencies and global partners accountable for progress because we are wonderfully stubborn. And we also realized the need to go beyond the government and official partners. We had to get to the source. We had to engage with communities themselves, meet their needs, and include their voices. The people directly affected should have a say in their health care. So, we focused on gender equality in health services. We know that women and caregivers are key in vaccination campaigns. And so we relied on community organizers, many of whom were women, to reach areas of conflict to deliver vaccines to remote communities. And that was just the beginning. We kept our momentum going, applying everything we learned along the way to strengthen existing health systems. We deployed data using innovative technology and geomapping, and we expanded our community engagement efforts by relying on celebrity ambassadors. These were all crucial elements. The data we gathered allowed us to monitor and predict polio outbreaks. Our celebrity ambassadors and community engagement efforts heightened our advocacy efforts and increased our public visibility, inspiring people to continue to give to the Polio Plus Fund of the Rotary Foundation. All stakeholders were involved, and it brings me great pleasure to announce that our efforts paid off. Nigeria and the entire African region are now free of the wild polio virus. That is the end of wild polio in Nigeria, but that is not the end of polio in the world. We have discussed the past, but now we must discuss the present. The circulating vaccine-derived polio virus still exists in Africa. A variant strain of polio contained in the oral polio vaccine. This circulates among under-immunized populations and can cause paralysis just like the wild polio virus. For this reason, we must be vigilant. As of 4th January 2022, there were 566 cases worldwide. And of these 566 cases, 475 cases are in 14 countries in the African region, including Nigeria. We have made excellent progress, and that is true. But we cannot afford to be complacent if we want to live in a polio-free world. I urge you, from one Rotarian to another, to advocate for quick and high-quality responses to outbreaks. I urge you to sustain the Rotary's commitment to a polio-free world through continued fundraising, advocacy, and awareness raising. I urge you to play your part in making sure that we reach our annual fundraising goal of $50 million so it can be matched 2-to-1 by the Gates Foundation. To do this, clubs should donate at least $1,500 annually. Districts should donate 20% of their DDF to get the World Fund match of 5.1 of 50 cents per US dollar. And everyone should focus on how we can eradicate polio in Afghanistan and Pakistan, the two countries where it is still endemic. Our work is cut out for us. We know what to do. We know that volunteering and advocacy are most effective when paired with fundraising. We know that community engagement and disease surveillance are necessary. And we know that we need to involve women and caregivers and local leaders. Not only that, but we need to involve Rotaractors. Listen to their ideas, rely on their expertise, their energy, and their connections. Eradicating polio is an incredibly ambitious goal. And it is only by mobilizing the entire family of Rotary that we'll be able to achieve it. You can recognize fellow Rotary members and encourage them to keep up the good work. Districts can now have a Polio Plus Society for individuals who make a donation of $100 annually. Individuals who donate will receive matching Paul Harris points and a unique Polio Plus pin, in addition to becoming a member of this society. Multiple contributions will earn you recognition as a Paul Harris Fellow, and further multiples will lead to you becoming a major donor or even a member of the Archclub Society. That is all well and good, but it's not the highest achievement. No. The highest recognition is much simpler. It is that fulfillment of knowing that you were a part of history when we reach the day when polio is no more than a memory. You helped us cross the finish line in our marathon against polio. This brings me to the subject that I'm most excited to speak about, the future. I am speaking to you not as a member of a Polio Plus committee, now, not as your training leader, but as Pearl, someone who has seen what polio can do to their country, and someone who is committed to making sure that every child, everywhere, is protected from this disease. Being a part of this historic campaign is an opportunity to give someone their life back. It is a path to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. It is a way to impact future public health campaigns, as is the case when our polio eradication infrastructure was used to combat the coronavirus pandemic. Everyone deserves a future. Being a part of this historic campaign is the way to make that happen. I count on you. Thank you.